Welcome to our 20th video lesson. In this video lesson, we are going to look at C.P.E. Bach's terrific piece, Solfeggetto. And we're going to look at a few techniques that will help you play the music. The first technique will cover the measures 1 through 8 of the beginning of the piece. And we're going to look at some wrist movements and also look at a technique where one hand will be moving while the other hand is playing the music in the piece. So I'll start with that. Let me first play at a slower tempo the first 4 measures or so of the music. Okay, so let's break that down and look at what's happening here from a technical standpoint. The first thing we want to do is place the third finger of the right hand on the E flat. Then for the next 3 notes, we're going to place the left hand under the right hand, like this. And we'll play the notes C, E flat, and G. So the first 4 notes of the piece will sound like this. Now, while the left hand is playing those 3 notes, the second note C, the third note E flat, and the fourth note G, the right hand will be moving towards middle C and getting ready to play middle C with the thumb. And then just walking down E flat, C, D rather, C, and then over with B natural. So the first 9 notes sound and look like this. E flat with your right hand, then left hand, C, E flat, G. All the while you'll be moving your right hand up to middle C to play C, E flat, D, C, B natural. Now, when your right hand is playing middle C, E flat, D, C, and then B natural, your left hand will be moving up so that the pinky is ready to play the G right there. Now, you'll have to shift your position of your left hand slightly up like this so that you'll avoid running into the right hand. But it's not such a hard technique. It's very natural. And basically what we're doing here is a motion like this, then a motion like this, and so on. So here are the first, let's say, measure and a half of the music, starting with the right hand, then the left hand, and the right hand, and the left hand. And it's this alternating gesture, right, left, that works through a lot of this piece. So here goes. Now you may have noticed I'm getting ready to play with the 5th finger of the right hand while the left hand is playing like that. So it's a bit like juggling, if you've ever studied juggling, where the hands are always in a kind of slow motion in rhythm. So what we'll do with the second half of the second measure is just have the right hand walk down from G down to a D and play an E flat on the downbeat of the third measure. So it will be like this: G, F, E flat, D, E flat. So here we go. The first 2 measures plus the downbeat of the third measure. Okay, I'm going to play that one more time, and I'm going to talk while I play and describe what's happening. So here's the right hand playing, then left hand. Right hand getting ready, left hand getting ready. Now right hand getting ready. Now the left hand is going to get ready. Okay, now the good news here is that the third and fourth measures are very similar to what has come before in the first and second measure in terms of technique. So the third measure starts off pretty much the same as the first measure, with the exception that we're one octave higher. So we're going to start with our right hand, third finger, on the E flat right above middle C. Then the left hand will play those notes C, E flat, G, and the right hand will play the C above middle C, and then E flat, D, and then C. So that whole measure looks and sounds like this. Okay, a few more things to mention here. I will play that again, but this time I'll talk over the playing. So here we go. Right hand, left hand. Right hand getting ready, right hand. Okay, now the end of this measure, or rather the fourth measure, is a little bit different than anything that's preceded it. So we're going to play the D, and then walk down C, B, A, G, and then over with the F, fourth finger, and then E flat, and then D, and then E flat. So it will look and sound like this. Okay, so here it sounds, let's play now the third measure and the fourth measure together. And now hear it just a little faster for the third measure to the fourth, through the fourth measure. And once you get that moving, you may see how my wrist. Well, one more thing I should mention is that when we play the last 4/8 notes of the third measure, C, E flat, D, C, we're going to bring our hand, our right hand together, thumb and pinky like this, so that we can line up with the D. So I'll play that slowly a few times so have you see that. C, D, C, E flat, D, C, and then D, C, B natural, A, G, like that. So what happens in this piece is that we are positioning the hand that is not playing in preparation of what it's going to play. And that will allow you to play this at a faster tempo, and you'll have anchor keys where you'll just zoom in right to a particular key, and it will be very comfortable and natural for the hands, very idiomatic for the piano. Now the good news is that the measures 5 through 8 are basically the same as measures 1 through 4, except that they are 1 octave higher. So instead of starting down here, you're going to start up here. Okay, let's look at a few more techniques that are used in the piece. Now we're going to jump ahead to measure 13. And in measure 13 has an alternation from the right hand to the left hand, and you're going to use your wrist here, and it's as if your right hand is moving counterclockwise, kind of like opening a door, turning a doorknob, and then your left hand is moving clockwise, opening a door in that direction. So the sound will be, and the look of it will be something like this. A, C. Now one thing I should say is I'm exaggerating such a large rotation here. It's just a slight rotation of a few degrees, but the feeling is similar to opening a doorknob. So here we go. It's right hand and then left hand, and you'll want to keep your fingers curved for this. And And then what you should try to do is anticipate the notes of the next measure before you play them. So you're going to, in your mind, think that while you're at measure 13, that your destination for measure 14 will be E flat and C, and G and A, G natural and A, going from the G sharp and A from the previous measure. So, and then the same thing for measure 14, that movement of the door knob turning to that. And that will hold you in good stead for those particular measures. Now, the last elements that we're going to look at, we're going to jump ahead to measures 41 and 42. And this is a very robust, kind of fun gesture that CPE Bach writes. And we're going to use the left hand on the first note of each group. So on the first beat of the measure, the third beat of the measure, for both of those two measures, measures 41 and 42. And we're also going to swing the left hand, keeping in mind our kind of like the doorknob action, like that. And the right hand is just going to have another turn, this counterclockwise turn, playing these chords. It's really an F minor chord walking down, and it sounds and looks like this altogether, this kind of whack, and I'm exaggerating these motions just so that you can see them on the video, but in your own playing you won't want to make such a large motion. That would not be effective, would be counterproductive to your playing. So just a small motion, but with the idea that you're kind of whacking the key like that. That's the idea. Right hand. One more time, right hand. And you might notice that I'm preparing those notes before I play them. Well, thank you very much for the good work in these pieces. I hope you've enjoyed the book and hope that you continue with your piano playing and enjoy making music.